I'm greeting you as people who will be listening to my story. I'm a healer by birth because I come from a family of healers, both on my father and my mother's side. At the age of 15, I left home to join the convent. And I thought everything about healing I've left behind. Because at that time, I didn't realize it's in my DNA. There was no way I was going to get rid of it. I was trained in the religious life in the convent, the ways of life of the convent. But when I was asked then to do psychology, that's where things turned around. I rediscovered myself. Because when I was going to do my master's, I remember the sister who was my mentor at the time saying to me, "You are going to become a Western Sangoma." Little did I know that my ancestors were saying, now is the time that I have to reclaim being an African Sangoma as well. So when I went to Maritzburg to study masters, the universe made sure that I was in a house with another sister who was a healer, who became my mentor in this journey of reclaiming my identity. I had many questions. I felt schizophrenic because I couldn't see how I could relate the two. But with her help, slowly but surely, I began to really feel comfortable in my skin. And I no longer was schizophrenic because for me, religious life did not contradict who I was as a healer, and being a psychologist as well didn't contradict what I was as a healer. So then when I consulted the healers and I was told then that, your ancestors say, how is it that you are comfortable in becoming a Western Sangoma and you are not comfortable in being an African Sangoma? I said, I'll take them both. Little did I know that again, they were listening. And so I ended up having as my master's thesis to have to bring in this topic of the role of the dead living in the African family system. And that also was a journey. And I didn't realize that it was a very important journey because now I had experiences of how truly ancestors were working. So as a healer then, I began to enjoy reconciliation ceremonies that I attended with this sister, and later I had to do myself. So when I came back from my studies in Natal, I felt a bit isolated because I didn't know healers around me until again the universe intervened and I would meet with different healers through the clients I was seeing in therapy, because sometimes there were issues that I just felt that only a healer, a true healer who has all the trainings, would be able to help them. But also I had contact with the first healer that I met in Natal, and with her help again, I began to know how to even conduct certain rituals to help my clients. I learned a lot from that woman. May her soul rest in peace. Now I have joined a movement called Sanka Circle, which is a movement of group of healers who are custodians of African indigenous knowledge system. And together we are helping one another, because some are young healers who need also mentoring, who need also to be taught some of the wisdom of the ancient. So together we are doing healing work. We meet once a month during the full moon. We meet virtually, because this Sanka Circle started after the death of Credo Mutwa, who inspired one of our members to start 21 days of initiation. So when COVID started, we went into training. We went inside ourselves to rediscover who we were as Africans. And then I'm also a member of the Forum of African Psychology, whose aim is to emancipate or decolonize the African psyche in order to restore our identity as Africans. We know that as Africans, we have met with many challenges about who we are spiritually and emotionally. But now there's an urgent need for us to reclaim who we are, not to apologize about our spirituality and our being, but to be proud, because our ancient ones are actually now paving the way, helping us to reclaim that which we lost because of colonialism and slavery. Thank you.